What's going on, Thunder Nation? It's time for another edition of Musing with Malsy, and joining us is goaltender Trevor Gorsuch, who's back for another season with the Thunder. Trevor, thanks so much for taking time to visit with us.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here.
First and foremost, glad to have you back. I'm sure it's nice for you to know that you got a place that people really enjoy watching you, and you got a lot of support here in Wichita.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you got fans that are so passionate as the Thunder fans, it's always great to want to come back to, and just such an environment that feels good and close to my parents and my home that they can come see me, but just an overall great environment to be a part of.
Speaking about that relationship with your parents, they were at a ton of games last year. Did they make a lot of road trips to come and see you then?
Yeah, I mean, they try to come as often as they can. They try to go to the ones that are close, so like Iowa's not too far. Coming obviously to our games, Kansas City's even closer. They love to come and see the different buildings and different arenas, but mostly they just love to come watch me play. But they're like that with my sister too. So I mean, they go out of their way to watch and support both of us any way they can.
And is she playing hockey as well, or?
No, my
Oh,
sister is she's not an athlete, or she could be, but she's an actress. She works down at Universal Studios down in Florida. So, anytime that they can take the opportunity to go down to Florida, I think they'll hop on that train.
speaking of that, if I'm not mistaken, was it the Scooby-Doo jersey that they were wearing down at Universal Studios?
Oh yeah, my mom took the Scooby Doo jersey that she got at the auction, took that and had the Scooby Gang sign all that. So besides my signature, she's got all the Scooby Doo Gang signed that jersey of mine.
That's pretty awesome. Do you get an opportunity to go see your sister down there as well?
Yeah, usually Christmas, whenever our Christmas break during the season, I would go and spend it down there with her just because that's easiest. She doesn't really get a whole lot of time off, so being able to spend even just those few days for Christmas, go down there, see her, and go see her and what she does, and support her that way is always fun.
Trevor Gorsuch joining us. Trevor, what have you been doing so far this summer?
I've been working a lot. I work at a golf course, so I work in the pro shop, and then I also do a lot of goalie coaching and personal kind of training that way. So I've just been doing a lot of that. And then just actually a couple days ago, came back from my one and only vacation. So I spent a couple weeks with my parents and then down in Florida for a little bit too.
Where did you guys go?
We went to Siesta Key, Florida. So we were right on the beach and just enjoyed the beach little vacation, got some sun, tried to stay out of the sunburn area, but sometimes pale white skin doesn't do too well with a big sun.
Oh yeah. You're looking at probably one of the palest individuals you ever meet. So
Oh, oh,
I have two sisters that are down in Florida. So one's in Sarasota, the other one's in Jacksonville, which is
okay.
part of the reason why I asked.
Yeah, we were just outside of Sarasota.
Okay.
So, yeah, we were kind of between the Sarasota Bradenton area.
Speaking of getting back to your comment about golfing, I've asked a couple of the guys, are first and foremost, do you get on the course a lot while you're working over there, or do you have time
Yeah.
to do that?
So course is closed to members on Mondays. So Monday evenings, my fiance and I we've been going out golfing. Usually just 9 holes, but every once in a while we've been able to get a full 18. And then anytime I've had days off or from work, in that sense, I've gone out and played. So I've played a good number of rounds this year, a lot more than I did last summer. I've been able to work my schedule a little better to be able to balance the work and fun. And whereas last summer I was just doing a lot of work. So
I've been talking to Jay, and he had mentioned to me that he's trying to put together like a little get together. Who would you say is the top golfer on the team?
oh gosh, I keep hearing it's Jay.
Okay.
I heard, well, especially because I heard guys were calling him a sandbagger ever since he hurt his. Well, when I joined the team, he had his hand that was hurt, so his handicap went way up. And now that his hand isn't hurt anymore, his handicap he plays way better than his handicap. So, I mean, I'll also throw my hat in the ring. I'm a fairly good golfer, but I'm not going to say I'm the best by any means.
Trevor, you're also talking about, doing some camps. Are you working with younger goalies, and do you enjoy being able to give back like that?
I do. I love been working with the younger goalies. I took a few years off when I was when I was in school, just because at that time, trying to balance my school and hockey and everything like that, it was just too hard for me to give the full attention to the younger generation of goalies that they deserved. Now that I've amassed more knowledge, I've gotten to play, over 100 pro games, just different things, life experiences. I feel like I have something that I can give to these younger generation goalies of help, and just even if it's just conversation to talk and ask things and ask questions. But I really have found a passion to love to do that and work with these younger kids and goalies.
Trevor Gorsuch joining us here on Musing with Malsy. Trevor, you just mentioned one of the elder statesmen of the team. You've been playing pro hockey, I think it was 2015, if I'm not mistaken. Do you
Mm-hmm.
feel like you've kind of worked yourself into that leadership role, and how important it is that as you guys move along with some of these younger players that come into the league?
I mean, yeah, I would say that I've earned that title of a little bit of a leadership type person. I know for someone that talks as much as I do, I try not to be a leader in the sense of talking in the locker room. So that was a little bit of something new that I kind of tried to take on a little bit last year, talk a little bit more. I've always just been the person that tries to work as absolute hard as I can every day, and lead by that type of example. But I have found in the last few years, from playing as much as I have, and even games, because goalies are so different, you only get only two, one can play. And, I've played and I've been a part of more than just 100 and something games that I've got on my resume. So I've seen a lot and been around a lot, that I have a lot of knowledge that I can help with. But in those times, like I try to make myself open to anybody if they have questions or they want to talk or they want to vent, anything. That's something I try to be a part of.
Now, kind of going off of that, as a one of the older goalies in the league, and you're working with some of these younger goalies that are contracted, I mean, how do you manage that from, I know you want to play, but at the same time, these guys are getting playing time. How does that affect you as you move along throughout the season?
As a younger goalie, it was harder because you're sitting there going, well, why me? Why is this? Why is this happening? Da, 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 da. But at the end of the day, you just have to kind of have a sense of belief in yourself, and that everything will all shake out the way that it needs to. Um, when things happen, you just got to roll with the punches, and you just got to keep your head level, no matter what the circumstances and situation is. I can only control what I can control. So that's my hard work, how I'm playing, this and whatever. And I can't control coaches' decisions, playing time, everything like that. My belief is, if I do everything I can do and I put everything I have into what I can do, in the end, it'll all work itself out.
Well, that's a great message, not only just for goalies, but for some of these younger guys to focus on, putting in the hard work, and everything else will handle itself, like you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of some questions I've been asking some of the guys, these are off the wall rapid fire questions that have nothing to do with hockey. So I guess the
Okay.
first one would be, if you had to pick a summer Olympic sport, what would it be?
Volleyball.
Beach volleyball or indoor?
Oh, I don't have I mean, I got the legs for beach volleyball, but I hate the sand everywhere. So I guess I'd go indoor.
Okay. What would be a walkout song for Trevor Gorsuch?
Ooh, I gotta go. As much as I love Thunderstruck, I love Hell's Bells.
Okay, that's not a bad one. For Trevor Gorsuch, what would your go-to movie be? What would you consider your favorite movie?
It's always a toss up, but I gotta say Jaws. It's Jaws or Jurassic Park, but Jaws.
I've never seen Jaws all the way through.
Oh, Malsy, Malsy,
I
Malsy.
guess I have to put that on.
You have to. It's
Okay.
a cinematic classic.
What does your pregame meal look like?
So my pre-game meal has got like a buffalo chicken or barbecue chicken sandwich and a salad. Usually, I try to eat earlier in the day, probably around 12:30 ish, and 12:30, 1 o'clock, and then I don't eat until after the game.
Last question in respect to these rapid fire questions. What would be a bucket list vacation spot?
Ooh, I just went to Rome last year, so I guess going to Ireland and playing some golf over in Ireland.
We talking like one of the old courses or
Well, I mean, I played St. Andrews Old
okay.
Course, everything last summer, but no, I'm talking just going over and playing some of those courses over in Ireland,
Okay.
all down the Irish coast. They're beautiful.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. One of these days, maybe you get a chance to do that.
I would love that.
So, final question for you. What are some of your expectations for this season as we get ready to go?
I expect us to come out and be a team that battles and competes. I like the caliber of guys we are bringing back. We've got guys that are veteran like myself and Jake Wallen and Jay Dickman and Kuzmetsky that have all been around, played a lot of games. But we've also got young guys with heart and just grit like Boucher. We've got Finnegan. We've got other guys that I at Jet and guys that played last year got a lot of good minutes and got a good opportunity. But we also are bringing in new blood, and I know we're going to be getting some from San Jose and possibly other places. But I think moving forward with a new attitude and a new mindset going into the game, going into the season, I think is going to be huge for us. So I expect good things, and I kind of like where we're starting at.
Well, I appreciate your time. Always a pleasure, and enjoy the rest of your summer. It'll come quickly. We'll be here before you know it.
I know I can't wait.
Looking forward to having you back. Thanks so much for tuning in, Thunder fans. That's Musing with Malsy. Until next time, we'll talk to you soon.